Never been a tough guy, skin looking like I need a little sunshine. Jack of all trades here, hoping that enough is enough. Maybe just this one time, get off Pinterest, stop twittering. Open up your ears, start listening. Cause I paid all my dues plus interest in the hopes that you'll find this interesting. I'm an underdog headed to the playoffs. I'm at the terminal getting ready for takeoff. But the runway's full and we're gonna be delayed till the spot clears and my work pays off. And what a sweet flight that'll be. When we land, I'll treat everyone to Applebee's. And if I'm still sober, when the day comes, I'll have a virgin raspberry daiquiri. Till then, can you spare $5? I swear if this doesn't work out, I'm fucked. I've never been the one to play safe, but I got a royal flusher and bluff and wanna try my luck. I finally see the light. I know what I got.
My name's Jeremy Schmidt. I live in suburban New Jersey. It's pretty boring, and I'm kind of a kind of YouTube famous-ish rapper, I guess. So yeah.
Now you just mentioned your name's Jeremy Schmidt.
Yeah.
But you go by Ashtin Larold.
I do.
Why?
I wish there was some sort of meaning behind that at all. There's not. It's a few years ago, my friend was super high, and he got cottonmouth to the point where it was just his whole mouth was just chapped and cracked, and there was just like white, like fuzz. It looked like cotton was coming out of his mouth. And my friend was like, "Yo, Ashy Larry," from the Chappelle Show skit. And me and my friends were cracking up. And we were like, "Oh, well, what would his like proper name be if Ashy Larry had a proper name?" So I was like, "Oh, Ashtin Larold." And my friend Dan was like, "Yo, you won't make that your rap name." And I was like, "Well, fuck, I guess making that my rap name." So that's my rap name now.
Now, I just noticed your tattoo. Is there like a meaning behind that, or is it just...
I'm kind of a low-key anime dork, so this is from Full Metal Alchemist, and I'll have this when I'm 60, so, tattoos.
And you mentioned you're from suburban New Jersey. Did that have any influence on your rapping?
Yeah, I mean, I try not to rap about things I don't know about. I try and kind of keep it to, like, I'm a suburban white kid, and, you know, all that.
What musicians influenced you to rap?
Or
to just do music in general? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's cool. As far as music goes, I actually grew up listening to, like, classic rock with my mom. I don't think any of them really come through in my musical influences, but, you know, I think the first two rappers I listened to were 50 Cent and Eminem, and then from there, as I kind of grew up, it was like Wax, Watsky, Intuition, the Palmer Squares, just really like underground kind of people. Now I listen to a lot of Chance, Mac Miller, Childish Gambino, Hopsin, Tyler the Creator. More alternative hip-hop. I'm not a huge fan of mainstream hip-hop, as those of you who've seen my music know. So.
Now, besides musical influence, what friends influenced you? Like,
as far as actually rapping, I kind of got the idea to start rapping because when we were, like, younger, like, early teenage years, me and my friends would just get drunk and freestyle, and it was just, like, fun. It was just something we did for fun, but, like, some of us were good at it, so I decided I was going to see what I could actually write down. And, yeah, so now I'm here.
how old were you when your first big hit came out? It was the rap battle against...
Yeah.
Yeah,
he shall remain nameless.
Yeah.
But, that started getting big, actually, last summer. So I was 18 at the time, and it was at, like, 500 views for, like, 500 or 1,000 views for like a year that I had it up there, and then all of a sudden one day it just started getting a ton of attention, and then the first video got to 2.5 million views before I took it down. So, and then I edited another version for reasons I can't talk about, and that is now at like 2.1, 2.2 million views, somewhere around there.
Prime time! This ain't URL, this ain't King of the Dot. This is PVI, bitch, and I'm the king of this spot. I'll diminish any skills this kid thinks that he's got. And prove once and for all that I am sicker than cop. Reminds me of a fucking joke. You don't puff or smoke, you stay home reading Tumblr quotes, rubbing your disgusting chode and wishing you were Chuck so dope.
Then I had some songs up there before the video, so once that started getting attention, I was like, well, maybe I could put some of my other songs from my SoundCloud on there and see, you know, if people are actually sticking around to listen to my music and not just here for the battle. And a few of them got some decent attention, so I kept doing it, and still, it's only been like 6 months that I've been doing this, and I've gotten some pretty decent attention on some of my music, so that's kind of what initially started. But then a lot of people would message me like, your music is helping me with other stuff, or your music speaks to me on a level that other music doesn't, so that was cool. I like the idea that, you know, maybe I'm actually reaching people. So
yeah.
Before the rap battle happened, I was mostly on SoundCloud, and I had like 200 followers, and it took me 4 years, all 4 years of high school, to get to 10,000 plays, and I was super excited. And then the rap battle blew up, and 10,000 became like the number of views that video would get in like 12 hours. So the scale of things just kind of exploded, and now that video gets like 20 to 40,000 views a day, and my subscriber count like flew up, and it's been going great, you know, and I hope it continues, and I'm gonna keep trying to make it continue. So
Now, like, how many videos do you have to make a week or a month in order to maintain your YouTube license? Would you consider it?
I guess it's more maintaining my subscriber counts. Like, if a TV channel stopped putting out stuff, people would start watching other channels, and YouTube kind of works the same way. So I kind of try and update people at least minimum twice a month, because I am a full-time college student and everything, and I do work here and there. So I want to try and put videos out at least once a week, even if it's just like a vlog of me in my room updating people on like what I'm doing as far as my plans for the channel or the mixtape or whatever. So
Now, where do you go?
I go to Camden County Community College. It's an Ivy League school here in New Jersey. And I'm a photography major, so
Now, does
this
your
rap thing better work out. I was at Warped Tour earlier this year. I actually got to do a video with one of the people there. That was pretty cool. Kosha Dills, I hope you're doing okay. But some guy came up to us and was like trying to sell us a brochure or something. Just one of those guys who was like, hey, do you have money to give to these people or whatever? Take this book. And I was like, no, I don't really have any cash on me. And just as he was about to like try and sucker me into paying for him, some dude ran up and was like, hey, you're Ashtin Larold. I saw you on the internet. And I was like, wow, that's really fucking cool. We're at Warped Tour, like for other artists. And you noticed me, so that was cool. And then at my first show in Philly, I went outside, and some dude like ran across the street, and he was like, hey, I recognize you from the battle. And then this guy Sebastian, who I've never met before, showed up at my show to see me, which is like the point of a show, so I guess I shouldn't have been that surprised, but I was like, wow, everyone else here is just like friends from high school. This guy is just a guy who found me and likes my music enough to drive like 40 minutes to come see me, so that was really cool. That was like the first fan encounter I'd had.
When do you actually sit down and compose your raps?
It depends. If I'm feeling a certain way and I have... Usually my writing process is like I find an instrumental that I like or someone sends me a beat that I like, and then based on the kind of emotion in the beat, that dictates how I write. But like for ciphers and stuff, I'll just sit down and try and think of like witty punchlines for more like just to show off lyrical ability, but like for a song where I'm actually trying to express something, I just kind of sit down and like. The songs I like the most that are emotional to me are songs I came out with. I wrote in like 45 minutes because there was like no difficulty. It just kind of came right out. And yeah. So I write pretty good when I'm drunk too. I write better, I think. But yeah.
Pick your top 3.
Top 3. That's tough. I think top 3 for me would be Scars, just because that's the Mac Miller funeral remix that I did. It's the first real music video I did. There was a real conceptual idea behind the music video. It was one of my more songs where I got into like emotion, what's going on in my life, and it ended up at the end being a suicide prevention video because it was like what I had been through, and then at the end I put all the information for like the suicide prevention hotlines and stuff. So that's important to me. This is in no particular order, by the way, but that Problems, which is Brother Ali Room with a View remix, just because that was the first song I really did that was about the stuff I'd been through before I hadn't really written about it, and that was the first one I did. And then either Coins, just because I think that was really one of the best punchline songs I've ever written, and it was the first song that I ever put anywhere. It was the first song I put on SoundCloud like 4 years ago when I first started this, so it holds a special place in my heart. But between that and the Trouble in My Mind remix that I did, because that was the first one on YouTube that really got some major attention, and I think I captured people's attention as with my own style as an artist. So
I love the sound of this pen when I click it. Yes, I'm wicked with an original blend of verbal sickness. I'm dirtier than dirty dishes in your kitchen when you clean them while you listen to the vicious shit I've written.
Talk about your hate mail, because we know every YouTuber gets hate mail.
I do. I get a lot of hate mail. I mean, in addition to just the typical like homophobic slurs, and I'm not gay, by the way, but just stuff like that. I get compared. Oh, you're just an Eminem copycat because I'm white. You're a Macklemore copycat because of the hair. The battle and in the comments for the battle, I get compared to like every professional rap battler ever, who's white or dumbfounded, who's Asian. But that's most of it. I get just salty people who are just like, oh, you're the worst, kill yourself, and I'm like, I'll get right on that, and then I don't, so joke's on them.
And earlier you talked about the suicide prevention video you did.
Right.
You want to just talk about that a little bit?
Okay, so there was a point in my life where I was suicidal, and I was in and out of care units and stuff like that. Nowadays I'm fine, but I know that there's still a lot of people who go through that. And I mean, mine was all based on my issues with drugs and spending time in the hospital, and it was most just traumatic experiences that happened to me, and that led me to feel that way for a pretty long time. But it gets better, and now I'm fine, like completely. But that was still a part of me, and it's still a part of me. So I think if there's a lot of people out there who are going through the same thing, who may not feel as comfortable talking about it as me, who might not have someone to talk to, so if they can listen to my music and feel like I'm talking to them about something that they can relate to, or certain feelings or sensations that are common in people considering suicide, then yeah, that's why I do that. But I'm also not the kind of person who like gets super offended if someone says like, oh, he should kill himself, just jokingly. Like, it doesn't bother me. I don't take that kind of stuff seriously. He's not seriously saying like, oh, kill yourself. So I'm pretty indifferent to that.
Now, obviously, you don't have to tell us your exact amount and stuff like that. I just want to talk about your payment and if you have any like sponsorships or.
Yeah, I have a few sponsorships. Stoney's USA in California. I did a giveaway with them about a month ago. They sent me like hemp stuff. I don't smoke weed, but some of my fans do, so whatever they send me, I kind of do giveaways for. Cloud9 Clothing in Miami, Cross Clothing, which is like across the country clothing company, and
Is that what you're wearing?
I'm wearing a shirt from karmaloop.com, which is another one who sponsored me. They just sent me like $300 and were like, here, go wild. So that was cool. Cross is, I'm actually, I would consider myself friends with the guy who sponsors me from that company. He's the founder. He's been working on hooking me up with like a producer and stuff, and hooked me up with some shirts, and he helps me with like marketing and stuff. So he's a good friend to have in the industry, I think. You know, he's worked with people like Skrillex and OCD, so it's pretty cool that he's interested in working with me.
Do you plan or do you have any like of your own merchandise, basically, that people can?
This is actually a good question. Me and a few of my friends, I know you've seen me use the hashtag good looks, and you know, I say that a lot. But we're gonna start a clothing line that I will have my own line of merchandise in, and I will also be promoting all of the clothes from that brand. It's gonna be called Good Looks Clothing, and yeah, so that's on the way. Shirts, beanies, stuff like that. And then as soon as I can get the mixtape finished, it'll be all non-trademarked beats, so that'll be on iTunes and stuff.
That was my next question.
Okay.
iTunes and like Spotify.
Yeah.
Do you plan on? Are you on them, or
I'm
do you
not.
plan?
The problem is right now I'm kind of a YouTube rapper who is essentially broke. Most of my money goes towards school and like food and stuff. So the plan is to make a mixtape. I have a bunch of stuff written and ready, and then when I'm using non-trademark, non-copyrighted beats, I'll be able to actually sell that, so that'll be on iTunes. And I haven't looked into Spotify yet, but I plan on looking into it as soon as I can. And there's actually a chance that I might be playing Warped Tour this year, so that'd be cool too.
What do you plan on doing in the future? Like, do you plan on making a living out of this, or do you plan on just, this is a temporary job, basically?
No, the goal is to really make a living off of it. It's kind of what Sorry, I just hit puberty yesterday. It's kind of what I've always wanted to do. I've always loved music, and now that I have like my foot in the door, kind of, it's like
30 motherfucking thousand people.
now that I have my foot in the door, it's kind of like what I want to do, and I feel like I've been given an opportunity, so I'm not gonna really let that slip. So I want to end up doing tours and having merchandise and selling music and
I am the
living.
plan. Got this game locked in my hand. Sick as shit when I spit this and carve competition like a Christmas ham. Yo, he's stealing Marshall's flow. White was just a wannabe slim. I'm my own man with my own style, and it's dope, so I don't gotta pretend. Yeah, I've been the illest since puberty. Vocab like a professor. I'm immune to your scrutiny. Permanent like a tattoo.